I'm your host, Buddy Conan. Tonight's topic is the art of learning, and join me are officials from the School of Academics and Arts, led by Principal Jules Bermudez and the teacher, Ethany Fahutag. Welcome back, Jules and Hani, to our third and final segment. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that video we saw earlier, I kind of saw you singing. I mean, there is no audio, I mean, the music, but that was you, right?
Yes. I sing professionally. I used to be a part of the singing group back in UP. And then I used to join. I was a part of the Tanghalan ng Kampiyon like a few years back.
So are all of your teachers and faculty and then officials all, I mean, do all of you have some sort of arts background like that?
Most of the teachers they either play an instrument or professional sing or in the theater, write something or, you know. So everybody has a like a magic, I would say.
Of course, led
like
by Audie. Audie
Yes.
Mora was a very famous theater artist, right?
Yes.
How about you, Hani? What do you play?
I play the drums
Wow.
and I sing.
So the video we're seeing now is typical of what your school looks like, right? And what facilities do you have on site? What kind of facilities do you have? Like, it looks like a very fun place to be. What kind of facilities do you guys have?
We try to, we have the usual rooms, the classrooms, we have the music room. It is
A dance room.
and a dance room, of course, a studio room. And then we come out for our PE time, for our gym time. So it is not the usual, like, 10 chairs right in front of you. So we have differently
Centers.
shaped, yes, we have differently shaped chairs and tables. We have centers. We try to encourage differentiation in the learning, meaning kids get to do a round robin of doing tasks. So learning stations, we call it. So that's basically the facility.
Hani mentioned centers. What are these centers?
Basically, the centers are catered to child's individual needs. So let's say, for example, we're learning about a particular topic in math. Then this particular child needs more help with, let's say, addition. So we put him or her in that particular center so that he or she can focus on that particular topic.
There can be like a center prior to the actual operation, meaning just mere counting. So that's like a prerequisite center prior to the actual addition. So in that way, there is exponential learning. And then, you know, because they get to use their sensory organs, the hands, you know, thinking really and looking at it, you know, the materials are very beautiful. They are hooked into it, and the learning gets to, you know, be doubled, tripled.
In your school, I mean, there is art. There are arts every day. There is arts every day, you know. Because in traditional school, maybe arts would be once a week or twice a week,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But in your school, every day, really.
Yes. We have like an hour of creative arts. I call that maker's philosophy, meaning children get to create something. That is like the STEAM philosophy, the science, technology, engineering with arts in the middle.
Yes.
And then
STEAM.
mathematics. So it's STEAM,
Okay.
it's not STEM. So we try to inject the arts in the middle.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, so that's a solid 1 hour every day. So the challenge for teachers is that to provide many opportunities for children and to provide many materials for children to work on.
You know, that's a good place, STEAM, huh? Because when you have steam, you get heat. When you have heat, you have passion, and then you can, you know, you can boil stuff, right? You can cook things. So that's very, very nice, very nice. Hani, how do you integrate? Like, let's say, how do you develop your curriculum? How do you develop it so that, you know, there is arts and you know, integrated with math, or arts integrated into English or Filipino? Do you work closely with these other teachers, and you guys collaborate really in how to develop a holistic approach?
Definitely. The teachers think really creatively and artistically in a way. We always see to it that there's arts into it, that there's creativity into it. We make sure that the children get to create something or make something or get to move around and express themselves. It's
very good. You know, what I like about this school and that video I saw, I think it was a graduation video, no? Is that a lot of your students at least once we saw, most of them are really very outgoing.
Yeah.
And so you have a personality development thing going there, no?
Yes. That's a very good factor. And these kids really did not start off like that. They were too shy.
Of course, as most kids are.
Yeah, and of course, a major criticism would be you're putting in too much for practice time, which is really not true, because we really want to catch the academics first. And of course, with the hope that when they get to be exposed to a lot of literature, they get to enjoy that speaking as well. So exposure is key
so
as
important.
well.
Absolutely.
We really need to be very intelligent in choosing our reading materials for them, and to just talk about the Department of Education curriculum. It is never inferior to any other curriculum in the world. I would say that my wife and I have always been praised, and I'm pretty sure teacher Hani too, when abroad, how we were able to keep all those contents in our head. We're not wizards. We're not geniuses, but some co-teachers would ask us, how are you able to compute or to remember still your algebra or your calculus? And we attribute that to the beauty of our content here, the curriculum of the Philippines.
Yes.
And to tell you honestly, we use that and then tie in the arts curriculum or the arts program that we have actually subscribed to. We subscribe to a U.S. Arts Integrated Curriculum.
Okay, so after graduating from your school, the kids can pretty much, they're competitive.
Definitely.
They can apply in other schools,
Yes.
and whatever kids take in the traditional school,
Yes.
they will get the same or even better education,
Yes.
better instruction in your school.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
I have a question, Hani. How do you draw kids out? Because not everyone is outgoing, as you said, or some people are shy. This is a fact of life. But how do you draw them out and make them perform? Because this is a very art-centered school. So how do you guys do that?
We encourage them. Or we find their strength. We find what they're really good at, then we channel it. We use that. We use their particular strength, draw confidence from that, and then from there you can see that they flourish.
Like an arts assessment.
Yeah.
How do you assess a kid with arts? Like you tell them, okay, you draw, you sing.
For a particular art form,
yeah.
we have specific rubrics for that. So for music, it can be, but if it's for voice, perhaps volume or projection, and we think of a specific assessment tool or like criterion that will really work best for the child.
This approach with arts and school and schooling and really tying the two together, is this something unique in the Philippines, or what makes TSAA or TISA stand out?
Many art schools in the Philippines have like a pull out, like it's an isolated. The arts program is an isolated course,
Yes,
or
It's a separate.
it's a separate.
on its
so
own.
after all the rigorous academics, they do the arts after school or after the academics. In TISA, it is embedded in the program.
It's an everyday.
It's an everyday thing. So,
Everyday
part of us how to draw the child out is that we play the music nonstop. There is music, even in
Really?
assessment, classical music is being played all the time. and of course, because the children are really encouraged. Even, for example, Hilaga, Timog, Silang, Kanluran. So those concepts are sang. Even the behavior management, like when you want them to sit down, everybody sit down, sit down, sit down, everybody sit down, just like, or something like that. So it's sang, although the commands are really it's very encouraged.
So there really is
In the
music
class.
all the time
Music
in
all
the school.
the time. Music all the time.
In the classroom, in
Yeah.
the hallways and stuff like that.
And that's
It
why
really
our
is part
frequent
of-
visitors, when they come in, they don't hear any music. They feel like, am I in TISA? So, yes. And of course, the kids now really love the modern music, but we try to go back to the fundamentals. Even in dance, we try to really influence them in the classical movement. It's tough. The teachers are very young, and of course the exposure is, but we try our best to really expose them to the classics.
How do you recruit teachers? Because it's very important, because your teachers have got to have that arts awareness, arts appreciation, that mindset for progressive instruction or progressive learning, how do you recruit them? What are your criteria?
I usually ask them to write something first. In that way, I know how they think. I would know how they present themselves in a way, and they construct sentences. I think that's very important. And then part of that is the demonstration, the actual demonstration, as sit-in as a child in the classroom.
No, but how do you know the teacher has that arts orientation or that appreciation for arts?
Of course, I usually ask them, can you perform this line? Can you sing this? When you actually demonstrate, it's everything in there. The teacher has no choice but to actually sing.
How about Hani? In your case, what did you do? Did you play the drums for Principal Jules?
No,
did you bring your drums?
I didn't get to do that, but it would be very interesting, right? Yes.
Okay. A practical question, how does this kind of education, this approach, prepare students for regular school? Let's say if a student goes to your school, very arts, very different environment, all that, how can they adjust now to being in a school, a traditional school, let's say a regular school?
That is the one major criticism of the progressivist, and that's a huge challenge for us teachers too, and that's why,
to make sure.
yes, to make sure, to ascertain that they can actually behave like the regular student.
Because it will be a
But,
completely different environment,
we
no?
pride ourselves into being unique. Going back to that question, I think children, we're trying to not really strike in the middle, but we have introduced especially for the higher grades, right, to sit down. We used to have just a table or like a circular table for learning. This year, we provided the usual armchair in a way to create learning cartels for them to understand that there are certain periods in the schedule that they have to sit down and really think through a problem or a concept. And this is an ongoing process for us to really learning the ropes of making sure that they are able to blossom in the regular schooling.
I think it's a big challenge for you guys.
It is quite a challenge.
Because it's like a fish out of water when you throw them into regular school. Let's face it, I mean, there aren't many schools like this, and what happens when they have to go to the next step, the next stage, you know?
But you know what? Most of the universities, I mean, they can easily identify those who really came from a progressive school. They can really identify from the quality of the work, the work ethic as well, the thinking process, right? It's very distinguishable.
Well, guys, we've come to the end of our show, unfortunately. It goes by very fast. But last words, let's start with Hani.
STEAM, or integrating the arts, is not, it's a new term, but it's possible. It's a change that we need to have, and we need to cater into the child's more individual needs, because we are innately creative, we are innately artistic. We just have to, we just need to have avenues to let it out.
Very good, very good. Jules?
The School of Academics and Arts has an ongoing enrollment, so I mean, children are really encouraged to try the progressivist approach, and of course the arts integrated curriculum. It's not just fun; it drives you to really think. You know, our byline is a better way to learn. It's excellent academics plus exploratory arts equals exponential learning and excellent learning.
And then quickly, where can they find you guys? Contact you?
3615 Davila Street, Santa Ana, Manila, with number 0925-550-2766 or 542-8566.
Excellent. And of course, Facebook and all that, you guys
I think 542-8577.
or go to your Facebook page.
Yes, please like us on Facebook, TSAA
School
page,
of
School of
Academics
Academics and Arts.
Excellent. So, Jules, Hani, thank you very much for coming, and good
Thank
luck with
you
your
so
school.
much.
And if you guys have any activities in the future, let us know, and we'll be glad to have them perform here,
Yes,
your students,
yes,
and
please.
show them the works. No?
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
You so
Thank
much.
you.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed our show today on The Art of Learning. Join us again next week on our show where we talk about what matters to you guys, because you guys matter the most. I will see you next week.